All right, let's talk about something that's absolutely critical to the health of your home, but, usually stays hidden behind the walls, your plumbing. We're going to break down everything you need to know about repiping, and we're using a great guide from the specialists over at Smooth Plumbing in Southwest Florida to do it. Okay, let's jump right in. This is such a perfect way to think about it. Your home's plumbing really is like its circulatory system. When it's working right, you don't even think about it. But the second one part starts to fail, it can mess with everything. This analogy just perfectly frames why your pipes are so darn important. And that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Because when this system fails, it's not just a little inconvenience. We're talking about frustrating, expensive, and seriously damaging problems that can pop up all over your house. So, first things first, let's get into the problem that's literally hiding in your walls and talk about those early warning signs you should be looking for. Think of this as a quick checkup for your home. Those frequent little leaks, crummy water pressure in the shower, or water that looks kind of rusty. Those aren't just quirks of an old house. They're often big red flags of a much deeper problem. And this is especially true if your home is over 30 years old or if it was built with stuff like polybutylene pipes, which were notorious for getting brittle and just failing over time. Now, this is where it gets really interesting because it turns out your location makes a huge difference. Let's dig into why the situation in Florida can be particularly tough on your home's plumbing. I mean, look at this. It's like a perfect storm for plumbing problems. You've got a ton of older homes with outdated pipes. Then you add in hard water, which is like sandpaper grinding away at your pipes from the inside and coastal air causing rust from the outside. And then you top it all off with hurricanes, which can take one weak pipe and turn it into a full-blown disaster. Okay, so we've laid out the problem, and it can sound a little scary, but the good news is there is a permanent fix. Let's talk about the solution. This right here is the key takeaway. Whole home repiping isn't about slapping a patch on another leak. It's about giving your home a brand new, totally reliable circulatory system. It's a complete replacement of all those old, failing water lines with modern, durable pipes that are built to last. And this slide really nails the difference. A spot repair? It's just a Band-Aid. Yeah, it stops the bleeding today, but it does absolutely nothing to fix the underlying issue, which is an old, failing system. Repiping, on the other hand, is the cure. Sure, it costs more upfront, but it solves the root problem once and for all, preventing who knows how many future leaks and saving you a ton of money and stress in the long run. Okay, I know what you might be thinking. This sounds like a massive, disruptive project, right? But let's walk through what the modern process actually looks like. You might be surprised. And this is probably the most important reassurance any homeowner can get. Professionals who specialize in this, like the folks at Smooth Plumbing, have this process down to a science. The entire goal is to be efficient, to minimize the mess, and to limit the disruption to your daily life. They want to get in, do the job right, and get out, leaving your home in better shape than when they started. Breaking it down like this just makes it feel so much less intimidating. It all starts with a professional inspection and a clear, flat-rate price, so there are no surprises. Then they prep your home, carefully protecting everything, they replace the pipes, and then they patch, test, and clean up meticulously. That final walkthrough is all about making sure you are totally happy. It's a completely transparent, professional system. And what are they actually putting in your walls? Well, today you've got some really great modern options. PEX is a flexible, super durable material that's amazing at resisting that scale buildup you get from hard water. And then, of course, there's copper. It's the classic proven material known for being incredibly long-lasting. A good pro is going to help you figure out which one is best for your specific home. All right, so we've covered the how. Now let's get to the best part, the why. Because this isn't just a repair, it's a really smart investment in your home. Let's talk about the payoff. So what do you actually get from all this? The results are fantastic. You get that strong, consistent water pressure back. You get clean, clear water from every single tap. You get to stop worrying every time it rains that a new leak is going to spring up. It can even increase your home's value. But honestly, the biggest benefit might just be the total peace of mind, knowing your home is safe and sound from the inside out. Look, a big project like this all comes down to the team you hire. You absolutely have to go with licensed and insured specialists who get the unique plumbing challenges in your area. The guide uses Smooth Plumbing as an example here, license number and everything. And that's exactly the kind of transparency and local expertise you should demand from any contractor. So, after seeing all the warning signs, understanding the risks, and looking at the solution, it really all comes down to one final important question you have to ask yourself.
Thinking about the age of your home and how your plumbing's been acting, is it maybe time for a system upgrade? It's a big decision for sure, but it's truly one of the most important investments you can make for the long-term health of your home.